Shoot, day, dupe. What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, trolls and citizens, the JJs and PPs. Sorry if I sound a little bit sick or under the weather. I actually am just getting over a cold. I also am not just getting over a cold, but dealing with life crisis and life issues. A couple of days ago, it happened again. I had a bowel movement that made me question my sexuality. I enjoyed the bowel movement a little too much. And from this comes emotional trauma and pain. Trying to figure out, do I now want entry into the anal canal? Do I now desire a mushroom tip to insert the religious sphincter of my body? These are things that I'm dealing with and going through and fighting. And once I see life changing in front of me, it makes me even sadder. I go online for escapism, to escape the emotional lore that is going deep within my mental canal. So I watched the Joe Rogan Experience. Let's get straight to the point. And I'm watching the show, and I listen to the show from time to time. I've really never heard anyone say quite stupid things before. I mean, I'm used to retarded people, but this is another level of retarded. Let's just get right to it. For those of you who don't know, Joe Rogan is a podcaster now. He's no longer on the Fear Factor, forcing people to have oral sex with horses and bunnies and cows. He's now with a podcast. He has a bald head now too. I'm starting to think that when he got his head shaved, that it's somehow the barber cut his brain by mistake, cut a little too deep. So let's check this out for a second. Let's play it.
You have a complete lack of ability to communicate sincerely. That's not being hip or cool.
Okay,
$1, spend $1 a day before you know.
In his 50s, he was like, oh, okay, like that sounded right to him. I'm like, people don't die until much later.
Yeah,
basically that's me.
Blah, blah, blah.
I was playing Wanna Be Starting Something.
Blah, blah, blah,
he
blah, blah.
was, and how monumental
This chick is definitely not a MILF.
that he had, and that was weird.
a
And
new-
to
he was a
be
new
in the
thing.
car with this, that's not part of. So
Oops.
sad.
Not very long. But here's one of the more fucked up things. This
Okay,
is
so
something
here
I
we go.
speculated a long time ago.
Listen to this dumb
His
shit.
doctor, who went to jail for giving him the anesthesia, also testified that Michael Jackson was chemically castrated by his parents when he was young to preserve his voice. That's what I suspected. I talked about it on the podcast years ago. I was saying this. I think he was a castrata, which is they take young boys, and they used to do this with opera, and they would castrate them at a very young age. And because of that, their body never developed testosterone. So they would develop this high, piercing, like haunting voice. It's very...
Okay, so right here, the theory wouldn't be so outrageous and stupid, right? I mean, it wouldn't be crazy. Like he said, they did that with opera singers. So they've done that with opera singers, like he said. Wouldn't be such a weird feat, a weird idea, right? Nothing so bizarre yet, but it's his reasoning of why he thinks that happened to Michael that makes this one of the most retarded things I've ever heard. Let's continue.
Very strange. Like we played some of the... There's only a few recordings of actual castratas that are available, or castrados, one of those. But when you play them, they're haunting.
And you know what's funny? I can't stand when people talk with that face, like they're talking with such knowledge, and they are really concretely and critically thinking about it. But yet, what comes out of your mouth is a bunch of retarded horseshit. Of course, this is a guy that was on Fear Factor, so he's used to horse. Let's continue.
Because you realize, like, this is a kid that was castrated as a baby so that he could be a singer. Like, this is fucked up. And that's what Michael Jackson's doctor said they did to Michael. They did it through chemicals.
Now, mind you, this doctor that said that, by the way, just as a little disclaimer, it really doesn't matter, but just for those who care, I'm not actually a huge Michael fan. On that Prince versus Michael team, I was always Team Prince. I think Prince is the pinnacle. I think he's the idea, the top notch of where you go to if you want to be a musician, like, or entertainer. Like, Prince is it for me. I listen to Michael from time to time. I do like his music though, but it's okay to me, right?
They chemically castrated him the same
So
way they
his
do to
argument is,
pedophiles.
I'm just trying to
But that's what I was saying. The doctor that they're talking about, it was on some hacky, stupid, unofficial hoax, like BS kind of magazine report. And I think the editor or his manslave actually brings that up.
regulate a situation that
video.
was already far gone. Is that his defense?
No, I mean, there's no defense. The doctor's just fucking, he killed him. I mean, killed Michael Jackson.
Exactly. I mean, already you're believing something over Dr. What is his name? Conrad Murray? Like, you really gonna believe what he said? In his own video, Conrad Murray's own video, he said, I'm going to tell the truth. Listen to that. I'm going to tell the truth. He didn't say truth. He said, I'm going to tell the truth. Already he's lying to you. This isn't Wakanda. This is Conrad Murray.
Let him get anesthesia until he died. His defense wasn't that. He was just saying there's something else.
Right.
Like, Michael Jackson was fucked up. Like, his parents literally chemically castrated him to preserve his voice, because he was the lead singer of the Jackson 5 when he was a baby. And that was part of what was great about him.
Baby Michael?
Was like, oh, baby, give me one more chance. Like, that
Got
voice.
a nice falsetto there.
Thank you. That voice was nothing like.
It wasn't a nice falsetto. Sounded like an old woman that her vaginal time was up. That's what it sounded like.
Anything that he would be capable of doing as an adult if he grew into a man.
Right.
He would have this big old man, I want to get some pussy voice.
Not true. Once again, not true. That's just not true. I mean, all my life, you can hear my voice. All my life, all I've gotten, even from the own ladybug that I'm with now, the woman that I'm with today, everyone always cuts on me for my voice. They always say you don't sound like how you look, and you sound like a nerdy Michael Jackson. That's what I've always got all my life. All my life. And that led to me finally realizing that the shoe was on the other foot. Now, in this life, Mexicans will get the right to their free tacos.
And people were like, no,
I'm sorry?
where's little Michael? He would have like a Barry White voice.
But that's just not true. That's just not true. And part of me wants to, like, wonders, like, why? Because he's black? Like, he can't have that voice? Like, let's take for a second this. Let's do this, right? Watch this. You're supposed to have, like, a man voice, right? You're supposed to have, like, a big broly, like deep voice, right? Well, let's take a listen to Chris Tucker's manly voice, right? Was Chris Tucker castrated for comedy when he was younger? I mean, listen to his voice. That's a high voice. Let's do another one of Chris Tucker's. Man, Chris Tucker, the OG, man. Really, really good times. Back then, comedy was actually funny. Now you guys are into chocolate milk dud midgets that make you laugh because they want to talk about your heart. Okay, take a listen to his voice. Pay attention, fellas.
Slow down, Tito. Slow down, Tito. Should be him and Tito. Slow down, Tito. Slow down, Tito. Damn. Is that my hoe over there sitting on the curb? Let me out. Come here, girl. I said, come here, girl.
He,
For my money, how much you got?
Chris Tucker alone has almost a higher voice than Michael, it seemed like. Was he also castrated for comedy? I mean, what happened to his voice? Where did his voice go? Let's continue it.
Or something. Like, fuck.
And also my voice. I hate to tell you, I wasn't chemically castrated in my life for the sake of YouTube. Of course, I am the best YouTuber. Many people like who have 20, 50 million subscribers will come to me personally and say, ex-lover, how do you do what you do? And I say, you can't do what I do. You're not as good as me. You're not as handsome as me. You're not as beautiful as me. You will never be me, but you can try. But I wasn't castrated. And I sound the way I sound. Cool.
You can't have that. Like, you're Michael. You know, you're ABC. It's the easiest one.
Well, he may not have gotten that deep with his voice, but I guess if that's to be believed, that he'd never had the chance.
He's gonna believe it because the lie is more entertaining than the truth. Or the truth, according to Conrad Murray. It is. It just is. I mean, a lot of men don't grow up with deep voices. Some men grow up with very high voices. You think my voice sounds weird. Some people think my voice sounds strange. Man, you should have heard my cousin. I wish I could have him on right now, but he lives all the way in the butthole of New Jersey. My cousin sounds just like a woman. It's crazy. But let's continue.
I believe it. You know why I believe it? Because his voice
You believe it because you're a moron. That's why.
didn't sound anything like a regular man's. And it didn't sound anything like his brothers. His brothers all look like regular grown-ass men.
Because that can happen. Because my brothers, they sound like, yo, what up? What you doing? What you doing, yo? Yo, what up? Like, my brothers sound like DMX. I don't sound like my brothers.
Michael Jackson's deep voice.
Okay, we can
I
skip
was looking
this.
it up. All those places I'm seeing that story about him being castrated are like tabloidy. It's the
Sure.
Sun.
Exactly. All the places, exactly what I said earlier, all the places that are talking about him being castrated are like tabloid BS. Of course they want to make Michael look that way. Of course they want to do that. Because it's Michael Jackson. It's a celebrity. It's a big deal.
And that kind of stuff.
Right, but it wasn't in an interview in like it was a UK paper.
Yeah, no, I just Googled. It was the Sun, which is like not the best.
It's not the
source.
worst, right? The Daily Mail's the worst.
Both of them actually.
Are they
have
the
it.
same? They
Yeah.
equal?
Yeah, I would think so.
See,
So this is the video the guy was showing, right? Now, this is Michael's deep voice, which I can't even go as deep as he's talking here, but really pay attention to his voice right here. I'm going to turn this up. Now listen to him, because Michael Jackson's voice was fake. And one reason why I don't like Michael Jackson that much as some people do, is because he was fake to me, just to me. He was just phony to me, but whatever. 1, 2, 3. So this is the clip right here.
This is the best for you. This is everyone saying hello.
Thank you. This means the world to me. Really does. Thank you so much.
And also,
I'm a big fan, really.
That's a deep voice. That's a deep voice. Or here. Let's go here.
And all my fans around the world, ladies and gentlemen, I am greatly humbled by this award.
Because that's his real voice. Michael was just talking with his real voice. He used that other voice to appeal, I think, to more children and to seem more mysterious and more eccentric. To sell more albums. Because that's what celebrities do.
Last time you talked about this, I got some messages. I don't know. Again, I was getting videos like this of showing like examples of his deep talking voice. And stuff.
See,
He's
that's
not gonna believe
deep.
it.
There's a lot of chicks that have way.
He's not
deeper
going to believe it.
There's a couple right now, yeah.
Now this is where it gets
think.
really crazy.
I think they did it to him. His voice was just phenomenal. Like human
Yeah.
nature, like his voice that he had was just
Blah, blah,
haunting,
blah, blah,
right?
I'm trying to think of who else is a natural star who has a high voice.
Well,
Singing
Prince used to
voice.
sing in falsetto, but it was very obvious when he was doing it that he was doing it.
Now this is the point again that notes vary. Your voice doesn't matter anything. So let's take a look at Prince's voice, right? Here's Prince's voice and his talking voice. It's deep.
You stopped being Prince.
Well, that's a good point. I pretty much wanted to be dependent upon God. And when you get the inner calling to do something, and you know it, that you're being
Why he's so
inspired by
pretty, though.
God, you pretty much
So there's Prince's voice, right? That's his voice, his talking voice. Now this is his high note singing. He's sick. Did you hear those notes? Let me play that again. One more time. Oh my God. Females have a hard time hitting those notes. Those are crazy alien notes that castratos would sing like. Let's play another one. Let's play another one, shall we? One more. Just do one more. Because this video's going on way too long. High voice compared to his talking voice. That's because humans vary, Joe Rogan. You dumb Joe Rogan. You dumb, stupid.
Yes.
Whereas Michael Jackson, like that Human Nature song is one of my favorites because it's, it's like this natural, like a man's voice. It doesn't seem like a woman's voice either.
Oh my God.
You got the right way of talking.
That's different. That's like falsetto.
Dancing.
Right?
You're saying that's like a force,
sounds
like
like
a
a-
caricature.
Yeah, you could say that.
Dancing that
So
way.
stupid. And by the way, when he's hitting the high notes in his falsetto is a form of that same voice. You're still hitting the note. Falsetto is just an easier way of getting that note. But a lot of men can get that note without falsetto. But there are also men like Prince or that lead singer, I forget his name, of Earth, Wind, and Fire, that can have powerful falsettos where they don't sound like falsettos because the human body is complex.
What is this?
And Joe Rogan doesn't know that.
You like dancing. Woo.
Puberphonia.
He gives a fuck about this bullshit.
Puberty. Like his body was like, I mean, he was a very active guy dancing all the time, but he wasn't built like a dancer.
Here
he
we
was
go.
built like a stick.
Here we go. Built like a stick. This is exactly my point. Once again, dummy. Okay, so take a look right here.
Michael is a...
Take a look right here. This is Michael in, what does it say? Yeah, 1980. Right? 1980. Right? Now this is him here. Now look at him. He is built like a stick. But he's also built like a dancer. A lot of dancers are built like that. They're really skinny. But, okay, let's go with that, right? He's built like a stick, right? This is him built like a complete stick. Oh, wait a minute. This is him years later, and he's gained a little more weight. Oh, do you mean that he's a normal human being that gains weight? Because this Michael and this Michael is completely different also from this Michael. Take a look at him here. He's almost the same weight as Freddie Mercury, if not the same weight. How come Joe doesn't say the same thing about Freddie Mercury? And if he was to go with that and say, yeah, well, Freddie Mercury was a stick too. Well, look at here. Look at here. All of where I'm putting this mouse around, all around here, you can see his natural body fat. That's his natural body fat. You can also see it under his armpits here, under his little moonwalking armpits. You can also see that natural body fat here. Also here, when he stretches his stomach out. Right here is the lining of his body fat. Natural body fat. See, if you were anorexic, or close to anorexia, or you were a twig, you wouldn't have that. That wouldn't be part of your look at all. Also, take a look at here, another example. The same with a wife beater. You can see the natural meat under his chin. He has little flaps under his chin, little fat. That's because he's not even close to anorexic. That Michael is different from this one here. Look at him. Look at him here. He's a twig here. He's like Snoop Dogg. I mean, you take a look at Snoop Dogg, for example. Let's look at the SNO double, what is it? SNOOPDOWG? Can't believe I'm looking this up. My history. Ah, man, my girl's gonna question me. Look at him. He's skinnier than Michael. Take a look. Not here. They're about the same weight here. Right here, they're about the same weight. But Snoop Dogg right here is different from Michael here. About to get some hair. That's different. Look at his fat. You can see his stomach fat. His stomach is poking out. You want to know why? Because Michael lost and gained weight. He lost and gained weight, Joe Rogan. Look at him. Look, fat. And look, natural body muscle right here. Natural body muscle. All natural. That's a dancer's body. Because your body goes up and down. Yes, Michael might have been a twig at a certain point, but now he's not. He probably gained weight, probably eating some chicken, eating some food, because he's black, so he loved KFC. Up and down, going back and forth. His weight going up and down, like a normal person. Everybody's weight goes up and down. Joe Rogan gets chunkier, and then sometimes he's slimmer.
You know, he's a very, very thin guy. That's what you would
Not abnormally thin.
expect from someone who didn't have any testosterone.
That's
He
not
wouldn't
what
be
you
able to develop any muscle.
Then by your own admission, Snoop Dogg has no testosterone. Look at him. Twig. Freaking twig. Oh, let's do somebody else. Let's do somebody else. Wiz Khalifa. Shirtless. It's a joke. It's a joke. Twig. 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 Michael makes them look fat. I mean, they make Michael look. Wait, which one? What other ways around? Yeah. Michael looks fat compared to them. That's what I meant. Look. Natural fat. Stomach poking out. Natural fat. Natural body fat. Right here. Body fat. Man, I'm out of here, man. You guys are freaking morons. Freaking morons. Look. Look at that. Wide chest. Broad shoulders. Strong. Not weak. That's not weak. This is weak. This looks weak. That doesn't look weak. Man, fuck y'all. If you like this video, dislike it. If you hated this video, like it. If you didn't, either or, you didn't care for it, I don't care. If you really loved this video, then just go fuck yourself. I'm out of here.